Welcome back. Lesson number 2. And the 5 major life lessons I've learned as being a plant-based health coach, a plant-based vegan, and all of the wonderful things that comes with this lifestyle. Have y'all been on? Have y'all been on? This is lesson number 2. And shout out to our challengers, y'all. We're up to 575 challengers for the Plant Protocol 30-day vegan, salt, oil, and sugar-free challenge that's going down in 48 hours. I can't believe it. June 1st, Saturday, June 1st, me and my team of coaches are going to escort over 500 people to a wonderful life-saving lifestyle. So thank you all, everybody who's been sharing the challenge, who's been commenting, who's been watching these lives, because remember, I'm here to change your mind before anything else. So let's get into it. This is going to be lesson number 2 of the 5 major life lessons I've learned in this plant-based lifestyle. And since being a plant-based vegan, let me give a shout out to 2 people inside the challenge who commented on yesterday's live, because I love the fact that you guys are tuned in and listening. So Melissa watched the lesson on YouTube yesterday. She watched lesson number 3 from yesterday. And she commented on YouTube. She said, "You're 100%. It's been all bad decisions. As an RN, I've always put others first, but now is the time for me. I'm ready for putting myself first with no regrets in this challenge and beyond." Shout out to Melissa, one of our challengers who came to get this health, but she's getting the mindset first. And then also, I want to give a special shout out to Doreen, who's in the challenge as well. She posted her takeaways from my lesson from yesterday. And Doreen said, "Lisa isms." She said, "Here are my takeaways. Your life needs to look like what you know. Somebody is lying. Be careful about being crushed by your own genius. It's not about what to eat, but it's about what to think. Behavior follows belief, and you are changing the right thing in the wrong order." Shout out to Doreen for listening yesterday and for recapping my live yesterday in our challenge Facebook group. Listen, if you're registered for the challenge, but you're not in the private Facebook group and you haven't accessed the portal, honey, what are you doing? You ain't really in the challenge yet, because we've been going in, dropping all type of nuggets, showing what we're eating. So it's important that you access the resources that we've been giving you. Okay, let's get into lesson number 2. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Melissa. Wanted to shout you guys out for really listening. So I really appreciate it. Okay, so here it is. Lesson number 2 that I've learned since living this lifestyle is very simple, but it's a big one, which is thinking in lack is pervasive. What I've learned over the years, coaching people, helping people, selling programming, and really trying to be a catalyst for change, especially for people of color, in this plant-based lifestyle, because we still, the vegan lifestyle can still be seen as really elitist, and not accessible for a lot of people. People are like, "It's expensive over there, Elise. I can't afford to live there yet," right? And so one of the things that I've noticed personally as a coach, and even in certain ecosystems that I've been in, is thinking in lack is pervasive. It's commonplace. It's like it's a problem. And let me be clear. First of all, most people make decisions from a place of lack. That's important to note. What I've noticed is a lack mindset controls, dictates a lot of people's decision making. And this is a problem, because what this means is they're thinking there's not enough of something. And as a result, they're making a decision on what they think is not enough of, based on, as opposed to a data-driven decision, right? So thinking in lack is pervasive. Now, let me put something on you guys' mind about lack, and what, because most people probably are thinking I'm talking about money, and money does go in the list of things that we think about lack in. However, it is not just a money situation. I'm going to promise you that we're going to have more than one person inside of this challenge come June 1st say something about time. "Oh, we can't eat out like that. I don't know if I have time. I don't have time to grocery shop. I don't have time to cook. I don't know how I'm going to make time for this," right? That's also thinking in lack. Lack is not just about money. It's also about things like time, support, assistance, opportunities, clients. People be thinking in lack in their relationships. It ain't no good men out here. It ain't no good women out here. There's no good people left in the world. Like, we always think that there's not enough of something. And for many people, they've made the overwhelming majority of their decisions in their life based off believing that there's a lack of something. There's a lack of something. And not only do people think of lack today, they think of lack for the future. I remember my ex one time, this was many years ago. I had a friend of mine, a client of mine, actually, I think she was Nigerian, and she was getting married in Nigeria, right? And of course, because she was getting married in Nigeria, she was giving people like a big notice, like a long runway, so they can make plans, so we can make plans to go to the wedding, right? And um she was like, I want to invite you. I want you to come to the wedding. I was her personal trainer at the time. So this was many years ago. And I was like, I would love that. I love to travel. I've never been to Nigeria. I've never been to an African wedding, like all the things. I was like, I would love to go. Right. So I went to my partner at the time, and I'm like, yo, a client of mine, a really good client. She's getting married. She's from Nigeria. Can we go to the wedding in the fall? It was a long way away. Right. And he's like, we can't afford that, right? Like, we won't be able to do that. And I'm like, whoa, that's wild. You think of lack, you thinking lack for today, and you thinking lack for the future. Like, you not even willing. So here's my thing. Okay. I'm not saying we would have been able to afford it in the fall. What I'm saying is we have no data to work with. You're thinking in lack so much that you're not even willing to collect data to see if the lack you're thinking in is true. Meaning, we didn't do the research to see how much the plane ticket was. We didn't do the research to see what, the hotel and everything would be. Like, he had no data to say, I ain't got it, right? It was just a straight, no, I ain't got it. And that's what many of us do. We think of lack before we even have enough information to make an informed decision. B. Fit on here to gassing me up. He said, you never miss, Lisa. Thank you, B. Fit. So that's the issue. So let me tell you guys, before you start this journey with me on June 1st, right? Before you start this plant-based, salt, oil, and sugar-free journey, do not come in here talking about what there ain't going to be time for, what you won't have the capacity for. Don't come in here talking about the support you don't have and you ain't even tapped into the community yet. Like, be careful with bringing lack into this experience. Because when you bring lack into your experiences, you automatically count yourself out because you don't even have enough information to make the decision. You just decide, I ain't got it. Like, there's people who like, whatever she's selling, whatever, I ain't got it, we ain't buying, right? Like, dang, can you let me tell you what all your options are first? And I want you guys to be honest if that is you. I want you guys to be honest if you have a history of thinking in lack. Right? Where you like, I know I ain't gonna have time. You don't even know how much time it's gonna take, and you already turning down an opportunity, right? Or you guys know I coach coaches, right? So I help coaches start their own coaching business. And sometimes what I've heard about from other coaches in the past whose coaching business never really got off the ground or didn't fail is they say, people just don't want to get healthy. People just don't want to do this. Like, people don't want to pay. I'm like, dang, you thinking in lack for yourself and them? We projecting lack onto other people. How you know people don't want to be healthy? Because miraculously, I've been able to have a successful coaching business for years, and there's a whole bunch of people that wanted to work with me, and I ain't get to them yet. Like, it's not a shortage of clients. There's not a shortage of people. There is not a shortage of opportunities. Like, I cannot even believe how we think in lack and we make decisions based on the lack we're thinking of and never even did the data research, the market research to make a more informed determination. Kat on YouTube said, guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. Laureen said, me. Okay, thank you. Come on, honesty. We can't do nothing if we ain't honest about it. So I love the fact that you guys are owning up to, I count myself out before I even have enough information to make the decision, right? Like, people will be like, I've had prospects be like, I know I can't afford you. How you know? We went over pricing. You don't even know what type of payment plans we offer. Some people count themselves. I used to offer for Farm to Table. Y'all know that's our plant-based coaching program, right? I have been offering scholarships to Farm to Table since 2016. People will count themselves out without even knowing that, we was offering scholarship. I offered scholarships for years whole scholarships, partial scholarships. Like people just decide, I'm not going to fill out the application. I don't even want to get more information. I don't have it. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the resource. I don't have the support. My husband, let me tell you guys how people think and lack for other people. People come into our coaching programs and they're like, my husband will never do this. I take care of my mom. She will never do this. Like they won't even present the idea to people because they've just made up in their minds that this is not available to them. They're unwilling. Like it is so crazy. Let me tell you guys something. And let's talk about specifically money for a second. Expensive and affordable are subjective. Okay. Expensive and affordable are subjective, and they're not even real numbers. Kind of like how y'all like that word moderation. Y'all know I hate that word, right? Moderation ain't a real number, just like expensive ain't a real number, just like affordable ain't a real number. I need you guys to get that. Because if I was to ask Lorraine here on Instagram, and if I was to ask Sharon here on YouTube, what is expensive and what is affordable, don't y'all know we would get multiple different answers? They're not even real, right? It's based on your perception, based on where you are at that time. And so what happens is we have a lot of times people are not taking chances. People are not putting themselves out there. People are not aligning themselves with the thing they're trying to call in because their lack is so pervasive. So that is the second lesson that I've learned since being a coach, since living this lifestyle, is people count themselves out because they believe there just isn't enough. So let me tell you something. Here's the Lisa-ism. Where Doreen at? Doreen, write this. This is going to be your Lisa-ism. You could drop this one in the Facebook group, okay? Here it is. If you're not successful in this challenge, in your business, in your relationship, whatever it is, if you're not successful, it wasn't because there was a lack of something. If you're not successful, it won't be because there wasn't enough of something. I need you guys to stop thinking there's a shortage. There's not a shortage of money. Let me tell you something. First of all, one of the best lessons I've learned about money is that money truly is a currency. Now, if we think about current, if you were thinking like a body of water, right? A current just flows from one, like it doesn't stay in one place. That's how money is. Money is a currency that is meant to flow between all of us. It doesn't belong to any of us, right? So just like you get money and you give it to somebody else in exchange for a product or a service or whatever, right? The same thing happens and comes back to you. Like it flows between us. It's just a currency. It doesn't belong to any of us, right? And so that's what we need to understand, that there is not a shortage of anything. Now, you have the opportunity to increase your earning potential if you work for somebody else. You have the opportunity to increase your revenues if you work for yourself. You can position yourself to get more of the thing that you believe is lacking. There is no lack, though. And let's talk about time, too. I'm so sick of us thinking. Now, everybody wakes up every day. Okay, calm down, Lisa, relax. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me breathe. Because I'm so sick of people saying it's not enough time. I just don't understand it. Yesterday on my live, I talked about the difference between time management and task management. If for some reason you don't have enough time to do something, it's your fault. Like nothing changed since the day you were born. It's been the same 24 hours in a day. It's been the same 7 days in a week since the day you were born. So you have a task management issue. There's enough time to do the things you want to do. And I know that because I know you make the time to do the things you want to do, right? And so you figure it out. And so when it comes to coming to get this health, come June 1st, don't y'all come in this challenge every day, Kiwi, I'm on here talking about, don't y'all come in here, right? I don't threaten the people so much. But don't y'all come in this challenge telling me you don't even got time to cook. Don't come in this challenge telling me you don't have time to grocery shop. Don't come in this challenge telling me you don't have time to read labels. Don't come in this challenge talking about you don't have time to exercise. Figure it out. Figure it out because you knew what it was. You knew what it was. And no, there is not a deregistration button. Nope. All 575 of y'all about to get these same emails. It's too late to walk out. You going to find the time. Okay, because this is your health on the line. Like it's not even optional at this point. Part of the reason you are where you are because you thought it wasn't enough time to cook, read labels, and grocery shop for the past 2 years. So how much longer is it not going to be enough time? till you run out of time, right? So there is not a lack of anything. That's what I need you guys to know. There's not a lack of anything, right? There's just not. And I want you guys to, if you guys struggle with a lack mindset, if you guys automatically say no to things because you decide in your mind that there's not enough of something, this is the work I need you to do. I need you to work on developing a more abundant mindset. Okay. Abundant mindset means you understand that things are available to you and that you can call them in. And there's a couple of ways you can do that. Abundant mindset means you don't think in lack. Abundant mindset means you are willing to get enough information to make a decision before deciding that there's not enough of something. Okay. So I need you guys to do a couple things. Number one, become more resourceful. I need you guys to become more resourceful. Number two, I need you to start asking for what you need. Okay. I need you to start asking for what you need. There is, if you go and fix your mouth to say there's not enough time for your health, there's not enough time for you to get this weight off of you. There's not enough time for you to get off these medications. There's not enough time for you to combat this food addiction. There's not enough. What, by golly, what can be more important? Like, what are you making time for that this doesn't require just as much priority? I just would love to know and hear. So I need you guys to get out of the lack mindset. And let me end by saying this, okay? And the other thing I need you guys to do to develop abundance mindset is mind your language. So some of you guys are switching things up. This is a difference between I don't have versus I don't want. So a lot of times people say stuff like, I don't have anybody to support me. Nobody supports me. Like, I want to do this thing and I got to do it all on my own. Nobody supports me. And it's like, sometimes we have to recognize that it's not that you don't have support. It's that you're not getting support from the place you want to get it from. And there's a difference between not having it versus not wanting what you already have. Right. Because I've had students say that in our communities, right? Like, I don't have anybody support me. I'm like, but you in a class with 20 other students and a team of coaches who are supporting the heck out of you. You have support. You just don't have it from the source you wanted. Like, you wanted your best friend, you wanted your cousin, you wanted your partner to support you. That's what you're saying. You know what I mean? So be careful with I don't have versus I don't want what I already have. And so be very clear about that. Sometimes it's not even that you guys don't have the things. You want a different type. I don't have clients. I don't have this. I don't have opportunities. I don't have time. No, you have time. You just decided that I don't want to do it at 7 p.m. So if I can't do it at the time I want to do it, I would prefer to do this at a different time of day. You have the time. You just decided that you don't want the time you have. You don't want it to look like that. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, because all of this lack of mindset is what's keeping you sick, overweight, unwell. And it is what it is. So the lack mindset is pervasive in our ecosystem. It's pervasive in our community. I don't care if it comes to money. I don't care if it's about time. I don't care if it's about support. I don't care if it's about help. I don't care if it's about resources. You guys are not asking for what you need. Like, I've had people, I've done speaking engagements, right? And at the end of a speaking engagement, I will come off the stage and people will come up to me. Can you mentor me? They don't know what the answer is, but they asking for what they need. They like, I can't afford your coaching program right now, but can you mentor me? Now, they still might get a no, right? But they're asking for what they need. You know, I've had clients in my programs like, Lee, can we do a different type of arrangement, because I need to work with you. I need to be in this program. You're selling exactly what I need, but this is how I need it to look for me financially. And I've made accommodations for people sometimes. Right. And so the other reason you might think there's a lack of something in the world is because you haven't made a habit out of asking for what you need. You have to, if there's a shame thing attached to this, if there's an ego thing attached to this, but you think maybe you think there's not enough time because you have decided you're the only person that can do what you do, and you're not asking from the help for people who can help you. Like, I'm working with a client right now, and she's like, I really need to declutter my office. I really need to declutter my house. And she's like, but I need help. She's like, I'm going to ask my son to help me. He's in college right now. He's kind of busy too, but I'm going to ask my son, ask for what you need. You think she would have thought she didn't have time to do all the work I have her doing, because she's like, I'm busy. I got to clean. I got to cook. I got to grocery shop. I got to take care of the house. I'm like, but are you asking for what you need? You can buy back some of your time just by asking for what you need. So also some of you guys' lack comes from, I feel like I should do it all myself. You think you don't have support. You think you don't have help in your business, in your life, because you're not asking for it. And so now you're overwhelmed. And now you think there's not enough time. Now you think there's not enough money, when that's not the truth. So this lack mindset, you guys have to be super careful, because it can hinder you. Listen, if you need a coach to get to the other side, pay the money for the coach. Quit playing with this thing. If you need a coach to help you with your business and grow your business, the lack is going to take you out the game. So again, Doreen, did you get our Lisa-ism? Let me make sure Doreen got it. Okay. Let me make sure all my note takers got it. It is, if you're not successful, it wasn't because there was not enough of something. Like if you're not successful in your health goals, if you're not successful in your business goals, and you're not successful in your spiritual goals, if you're not successful in your financial goals, if you're not successful in any area of your life, I need you to stop believing it's because there was not enough of something. There was enough money. There was enough clients for your business to stay above board and be successful. There was enough opportunity. There were enough speaking opportunities. There's no reason your speaking career should be dead. There was enough. There was enough people who wanted to read your book. You just decided they didn't because you didn't do the proper market research. There was enough. Let me see. Come on now. Look, my note takers. All right. Sharon said we have to be intentional about reframing and focusing on an abundance mindset. No more lack. Kat Evans says become resourceful. Number 1, ask for what you need. Number 2, distinguish the difference between I don't want versus I don't have. That's exactly right. Rochelle said, thank you, Kat. Absolutely. I knew the note takers was in the building, honey. Late Bloomer 391 on Instagram said, you in my business. You know I came in here to be on y'all, be in y'all business. That's what I do best. Okay. So it's so important that we understand that lack is not the problem. There's no shortage of anything. Matter of fact, there's an overflow. And that's our problem. There's too many fast food places. There's too much sugar. All this nonsense is too accessible. So we almost have too much of it. We have more options than we need, actually. Okay. And so the pervasive lack mindset is one of the major reasons I've personally seen people be unsuccessful in their health goals, right? Really thinking like, I don't have. And not only do they say I don't have today, they project that lack into the future and they say I won't have then either. That's it. That's super dangerous. Like it's one thing to be like, no, straight up, Lisa, I really don't have the time today. Like right now, like this month is crazy busy. When are you enrolling again next? Because I'm trying to finish grad school and my baby is graduating too. And then me and my husband getting a thing rebuilt on the house. Like, no, we slammed. I'm like, okay. But then they project lack into the future and be like, I ain't gonna have it later. Now that's dangerous. Now you playing in God's face. Now you're making decisions for God. Like, woo, that's dangerous, right? So be careful with thinking in lack now and then projecting lack onto the future. Y'all got it? Okay, beautiful. Kiwi, I didn't even see the clock. Okay, we 22 minutes in. Woo, that's what happened when you set boundaries for yourself and you know you a talker. Okay, so that's it for today. That is today's lesson. Stop thinking in lack. If you're not successful for any reason, it wasn't because there was not enough of something. Just own the fact that your pride, your ego, shame, an unwillingness to ask for help, right? An unwillingness to practice task management and not just time management. Just own what part of you needs to be worked on, but stop going out here telling stories about there wasn't enough of something. Okay? I'm going to say exactly what I said yesterday. Somebody lying. Because there's no way all the rest of us are able to get it done. Okay. Very good. All right. So listen, guys, 575 people registered for the Plant Protocol 30-day vegan salt, oil, and sugar-free challenge. We're kicking off on Saturday, June 1. We'll be live on YouTube Saturday, 7 a.m., Wednesday, 6:30 p.m., unless you're VIP or ultra VIP, and then you'll just be in the Zoom room directly with us because you'll be getting that VIP Q&A and all that extra time. And so listen, go tell a friend if you've already registered, good for you. Now bring somebody with you. Make sure you're able to do this. I was looking at the comments in our challenge portal yesterday, and there were people commenting on like, I'm here because my sister told me to come. Somebody else was like, I'm here because my friend invited me. I'm like, yes, friend. Yes, sister. That's what I'm talking about. Like, don't be the only one coming to get this help and they trying to figure out how you did it come July. Okay. Just bring them with you now. So that's all I have for you guys today. So listen, tomorrow is Friday, May 31. I'll be back here sharing the number one life lesson I've learned since being a plant based, no sugar vegan, and a coach at the same time. So, y'all come back here, same time, 10 a.m. EST tomorrow, and I will be sharing the number one life lesson I've learned since living this lifestyle abundantly, if I might say. Okay, so keep y'all abundance mindset super high. I want you to work on it. I want you to pray on it. I want you to meditate on it. I want you to ask God to take away your lack thinking. Ask God to take it away. It's more than enough good men out here. It's more than enough good women out here. Stop talking about it. Ain't enough good people out here. They exist. They exist. I ain't had no shortage. You feel me? So I promise you, stop thinking in lack in your relationships, in your business, in your money, and your time. It exists. It exists. Okay. Until next time, you're welcome, Corey. Until tomorrow, I will see you guys in less than 24 hours. Bye, y'all. Come on.